Lewis Hamilton has finally completed his first test in the Ferrari SF25, and the results from this initial shakedown have created huge excitement across the Formula One world. For months, fans, analysts, and even rival teams have been eagerly waiting to see how Hamilton would adapt to his new car after leaving Mercedes, a team he was with for over a decade. His first laps in the SF25 at Ferrari's Fiorano circuit have now given us a first glimpse of what this new partnership could look like, and the feedback from this private test is more than just positive. It is a sign that Ferrari could truly be in contention for the championship in 2025. The private filming day took place at Ferrari's Fiorano track, a circuit deeply connected to the team's heritage. Although the session was limited to 100 kilometers of running for each driver, it was a crucial chance to collect early data and allow both Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton to get a first proper feel for the SF25 on a real track. Ferrari, like most other teams, uses this kind of session to perform early system checks, gather data for engineers, and help drivers start to understand the behavior of the new car before heading to the full-scale pre-season testing. Traditionally, Ferrari gives Charles Leclerc the first laps in the new car. This year was no different. Leclerc completed around 30 laps and helped establish a baseline for the car's initial feedback. According to reports from within Ferrari, Leclerc felt the SF25 was more balanced and more predictable than its predecessor, the SF24. One of Ferrari's main weaknesses in 2024 was instability under braking and poor tyre management over longer stints. Early signs show that both of these areas have seen major improvement. Leclerc reportedly said the car feels more stable, and he was pleased with how it behaved under braking. This was an encouraging sign not just for the team, but also for Hamilton, who was next to get behind the wheel. At around 12:47 local time, Lewis Hamilton stepped into the Ferrari SF25 for the first time. Wearing full Ferrari red, Hamilton fired up the engine and drove out of the garage in front of a crowd of fans who had gathered near the circuit. There was a mix of excitement and curiosity among everyone watching, knowing this was a historic moment. Hamilton, a 7-time world champion, was finally driving for Ferrari. Hamilton's first few laps were smooth and controlled. He used the early part of his session to understand the car's basic characteristics, such as throttle response, braking points, and corner entry behavior. But after a few laps, Hamilton started pushing the SF25 harder, and this is where the real excitement began. According to insiders at Ferrari, Hamilton was extremely impressed with the SF25's handling and performance, especially compared to his final Mercedes cars from 2023 and 2024. One of the biggest positive surprises for Hamilton was the braking stability of the SF25. He noted that the car felt much more planted under braking, giving him confidence to carry more speed into corners. This is a big change from his Mercedes, which had serious problems with rear-end instability, often forcing Hamilton to back off earlier than he wanted to. In the SF25, he could brake later and with more control, something that gives him more flexibility during races and qualifying laps. Another major improvement Hamilton highlighted was the power delivery of the Ferrari engine. The SF25 reportedly has a much smoother throttle response, allowing Hamilton to accelerate more efficiently out of corners. The power unit has also seen upgrades in energy deployment, making it easier to manage battery usage during a lap. For a driver like Hamilton, who excels at managing power and traction, this is an important feature that could help him extract more from the car. Hamilton also praised the rear-end grip of the SF25. Ferrari made major changes to the car's aerodynamics and suspension to improve rear stability, something that was clearly lacking in the previous model. With better grip at the rear, Hamilton said he felt more confident pushing the car through corners, even the tighter ones at Fiorano. This allows him to be more aggressive with his driving, which has always been one of his biggest strengths. In addition to this, Hamilton noted improvements in mid-corner balance, thanks to Ferrari's aggressive development of the SF25's pull rod suspension system. This is a key area where the car needs to be responsive and stable, especially during quick direction changes or medium-speed corners. Compared to his last Mercedes, the SF25 gave Hamilton much more control and feedback through the steering wheel. Before this test even happened, Ferrari engineers had been talking about major gains in the simulator. According to sources, Ferrari saw a 0.4-second improvement per lap over the SF24. This was based on digital simulations and early design expectations. Now, after both Leclerc and Hamilton have tested the car on a real track, their feedback has confirmed that the improvements are not just theoretical, they're real. To understand how significant this is, we can look at the final race of the 2024 season in Abu Dhabi. Carlos Sainz qualified third, only 0.229 seconds behind Lando Norris. If Ferrari really has found 0.4 seconds per lap with the SF25, then that kind of improvement would have been enough to put them on pole position. That shows just how serious this development is, not only for Ferrari's own ambitions, but also for how it reshapes the entire competitive field in 2025. Ferrari's progress has now caught the attention of every top team. Red Bull, McLaren and Mercedes will all be watching closely. Hamilton's early reaction is one of genuine excitement. For the first time in years, he may have a car that can match his driving abilities, and that could put him in a strong position to challenge for the championship again. This might be his best shot at winning an 8th world title, something that has eluded him since 2020. However, one major storyline to follow throughout the season will be the internal competition at Ferrari. Charles Leclerc has been the team's lead driver for several years and has built strong relationships within the organization. He knows the Ferrari way of working, understands the team's structure, and has already helped develop several versions of their cars. He will not make it easy for Hamilton to become the #1 driver, but Hamilton brings a different kind of strength. His racecraft, experience, and technical understanding are unmatched. He has helped Mercedes build multiple championship-winning cars and knows how to work closely with engineers to get the most out of the machine. His feedback after just a few laps in the SF25 already seems to have given Ferrari useful direction. This head-to-head battle between two talented drivers could push both of them to new levels and help Ferrari improve even more. Team principal. Fred Vasseur has stated that both drivers will start the season on equal footing. This means Ferrari will not favor one driver over the other in the early races. But as the season progresses, if one driver starts to consistently perform better, the team may be forced to pick a lead driver to maximize their championship hopes. The outcome of the first few races will be very important in shaping the strategy Ferrari adopts for the rest of the year. With the Fiorano shakedown now complete, the next step is pre-season testing in Bahrain. This will be the first time the SF25 goes up against its real competition. The desert heat, longer sessions, and different track conditions will provide a more complete picture of where Ferrari truly stands. If the car's performance in Bahrain matches what the simulator and Fiorano test have shown, then 2025 could become one of the most exciting and competitive seasons in recent memory. Hamilton's presence at Ferrari is already changing the team's dynamics. His commitment to development, his detailed feedback, and his drive to win are setting new standards within the Scuderia. He's not just a new driver, he's a signal of Ferrari's renewed ambition. They didn't bring him in just for publicity, they brought him in to win, and the early signs suggest they may have given him the right tools to do so. Beyond Ferrari, the entire grid is evolving. McLaren ended 2024 with strong momentum and could be even more competitive this year. Mercedes, despite a difficult few seasons, is working hard to get back to the front. Red Bull remains the team to beat, but even they will be watching Ferrari's rise with interest. Every team is bringing new upgrades, adjusting their strategies, and preparing for what could be one of the closest title fights in years. Hamilton's debut